Tonight on Blitzed, it's Overreaction Monday, where you'll hear our craziest opinions about the first NFL regular season games. Plus, we'll compare an NFL team to a boxer. Here's a hint. Yo, Adrian, let's get blitzed. Welcome to Blitzed, where we talk NFL and rate popular drinks at the same time. The first NFL regular season game is in the books, and already fans are either predicting Super Bowl wins or folding the tent for the season. We call it Overreaction Monday.
Never happens. Never happens.
But before we dive in, let's introduce our hosts.
Introducing tonight's starting lineups. The coach.
Seriously, I did not know about this. This is so awesome.
The rookie.
Get out there and smash.
And stats.
I'm just the stats guy. I have no idea.
That's kind of my thing. That's kind of my thing.
Chris Kristofco, host of the longtime running Packers show, Title Town Soundoff, will join us to talk about that incredible Bears-Packers game
incredible.
on Sunday Night Football. Rook, are you amped to talk Packers?
I'm amped to talk Packers.
Good.
Don't ask me.
I know. Coach is out.
I'm out.
Coach, how was your weekend?
Great. A lot of chores got done.
A lot of chores.
Yeah, a lot of chores done this weekend.
Nice.
We also asked our Twitter followers what we should drink tonight in honor of that Sunday night game. And it came down to a drink called the Mack Truck or the Goat.
Oh.
Fortunately, we chose the Goat, not the Mack Truck, which is the greatest drink of all time. In our books, it happens to be Ridgemont 1792 bourbon, the greatest bourbon ever made. Gentlemen, we're now drinking the finest things.
I've had better.
Take one.
Which movie would you say best encapsulates the Bears right now?
Your Wheelhouse. Here we
I
go.
know,
this is you.
Coach,
so excited.
are you excited?
I'm excited this is first because, I wouldn't want to wait until I'm
No.
I want to have this fresh. My senses are there.
Yeah.
Everything's firing right now.
Really?
I'm fired. Can you go first, Coop?
You bet.
Yeah, thanks,
I
buddy.
can. You bet I
I
can.
just got a couple more
Let me
drinks.
stall a little bit here.
If you could.
First of all, what is a movie?
Yeah.
You know, is it?
Dig into this a little bit more.
Okay, here's my take. There was a play in the game.
Oh, I thought you meant like a play, like a Shakespearean.
It was last night's game. It was pretty nondescript play.
Okay.
It was a 75-yard touchdown
Is that all?
pass to Randall
Yeah. Is that
Cobb.
all?
Nobody noticed.
I think it went widely unnoticed. Not a lot of action on Twitter about it today. But there were basically two guys left to beat for Randall Cobb at that basically like within 5 yards of the of the zone. And then there was one guy sprinting after Cobb at full speed.
A Packer.
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
No,
Sorry.
there's a bear.
Yeah, it was Aaron
He
Rodgers.
was trying.
I'm thinking of a blocker.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's one guy hustling, working his bag off to get Cobb.
Oh, I know.
And he's
Yeah.
diving
Yeah.
into the end zone.
Yep.
And it was Mac.
Yeah, it was.
So the
Worth every
movie
penny.
I'm going with is Rocky.
Oh, shit. Go on.
You just took Coach's movie.
Well, let me explain why. Mac is a great player.
Yep.
He had an unbelievable game. It was incredible. The Bears were exciting to watch. And Nagy at first, like it looked like he had the Packers on their heels. He was
did.
throwing things at them.
He didn't look like it. He did.
I had a
Actually,
miserable.
It did look like it.
I had a miserable first half. I was miserable. So
I know.
were the fans.
Yep.
So were like Packers fans watching all around the world.
Oh, yeah.
The team looked fantastic.
Guy comes up, offers me a fight. Big deal. Want to fight the fight? Yeah, I'll fight the big fight.
Yep.
Allen Robinson looked great off his torn ACL. Cohen looked great.
Yes.
And Howard looked like he was catching passes. It was amazing. It was
Unstoppable.
It looked like a great team, the Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah.
So Rocky looked great too. And
When?
Rocky
Hitting that meat?
Rocky was he knocked the champ down.
Ain't gonna be no rematch. Ain't gonna be no rematch.
Don't want one.
Rocky, I don't know if you remember.
Sucker punch.
Rocky knocked the champ down.
Yeah.
And
Ball
Rocky's kind
shots.
of a crowd favorite, which this Bears team they're exciting, they're young, they're fun
yeah.
to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Mac, everyone loves Mac. I like, come on. I hate him, but I love him. But Rocky didn't win. Rocky lost. And that's the story of the Bears season. They're going to be fun. They're going to be cool.
Only a Packers.
They're going to be a favorite. Everyone's going to talk a lot about them. They're not going to win, though. And that last-ditch effort of Mac is kind of like, it doesn't matter how good you are, buddy. I'm sorry. So you're going to try and try and try. And your team just isn't going to make
Basically, he's getting paid millions, 20s of millions of dollars,
not to make the
and
playoffs,
and it just won't be enough to get them over
won't
the
be
top.
enough.
Whoa, wait a second.
won't be
Here.
enough.
Let's follow
Wow.
the Rocky filmography here, people.
I said Rocky. I didn't say the Rocky franchise.
It doesn't matter. He ties in the first one. It's a draw.
It's a draw.
Okay. And then he wins.
I just want to say one thing to my wife who's home. Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Oh, yeah. You're thinking
So
down
I
the
think,
line.
Do you know what I think? I think it's just this is the start of what's happening with the Bears.
You know,
this
I-
is a renaissance.
I
of
tend
what's
to
happening
agree.
with
I
the
tend to
Bears.
agree.
Hey, it's my take. So
No,
I mean,
your
you
take
can
sucks,
say
but that's fine.
you can say
That's fine.
anything you want.
No, your take's
No,
terrible.
you're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
But you guys can say whatever you want.
You had your time,
So I have a take.
Coach.
Yeah.
I love it.
Is
It's
it
gonna
Rocky?
It
It was.
It kinda is.
No, it was.
No,
Rocky.
wait.
Guys,
Let me do the preamble. You'll never guess who this could be.
Rocky 2.
It's Rocky 2.
Okay, here we go. You ready for this?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm
All right.
ready.
All right, here we go. There's a. I'm more talking about this single game, if you will. So, although I actually,
Okay, well, the question was the
No.
Bears. Okay,
Tap-
but no, that's fine.
I love the Bears' potential this year. I really do. Their defense will be great. Their offense was good enough, I believe, for them. But let me go through this preamble. So basically, there's an up and comer, bit of a brash attitude, working his butt off from Chicago. From Chicago,
God.
right? He's giving it. He's giving it,
no.
and he wants to take on the champ.
You call yourself a fighter? Prove it now. Give me that same chance. The way he been ducking is the disgrace. If he ain't no coward, why don't he fight me then?
Takes him down. Takes him down in the first fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which Rocky am I talking about? Up and comer, brash,
Tommy Gunn?
Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang.
Hey, woman, listen here. Since your old man ain't got no heart, maybe you'd like to see a real man. I'll tell you what, bring your pretty little self over to my apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man.
Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang.
That was the first half of that game. The Bears just shit kicked the Packers in that first half. They did. Like, shit kicked them.
20-0.
Was it only 20-0? Is that not a shit kicking?
Hey, that's just 7 times 3, baby.
Well,
It's just
Well, actually, that's
little
not.
to beat to beat
very close, though. Very close.
Rookie mistake.
Totally okay.
okay.
No, but I mean, if you ended that first half going, oh yeah, the Packers got this, you would have been like smacked silly, right? Clubber Lang killed Rocky in that first fight.
Oh.
Killed him.
almost killed him.
You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? All right, I'm afraid. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
Indeed.
Rocky's
yeah.
still alive,
Right.
so.
In Rocky 3,
Yep.
Rocky came back with finesse, with touch.
No, actually,
and
it
wore
was
them down.
Coach. That was all in Rocky 3.
That was, yeah.
Right. And
The whole, your whole,
your whole.
It's all Rocky
description was
3.
all Rocky 3.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
What
You
did
said
I
he
miss?
came back in Rocky 3.
Oh,
like
what did
like
I
he'd
say?
fought Mr.
Oh,
T
yeah.
at the end of Rocky 2 in the parking lot. Or
No,
something.
right.
He didn't.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
I got
problem.
one. I got a new take.
Oh, do you?
Rocky
No, you
4.
I must break you.
Yeah. But Rocky came back.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Right? He came back.
Of course.
Yes.
It's
Took on
Rocky.
Clubber Lang.
That's
I
what
know.
he does.
And it was shocking. The Clubber Lang just destroyed him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for me that game, I mean, it was epic. Rogers was ridiculous.
So okay, I just want to wind this back.
Rewind the
here.
tape,
So okay, Rookie. According to your movie,
Yeah.
the Bears are Rocky.
Yes.
Coach. According to your movie, the Packers are Rocky.
Right.
No, the Bears are Clubber Lang.
Yes.
Yeah, the Packers are
Meaning
Rocky.
the
Yeah.
Thank you.
But it was more about the Bears. This was a Bears day.
And in your take, the referees are Rocky.
Yes, that's
Yes.
exactly right.
Okay,
I want to
okay.
go, guys. I'm going to do Rocky 5.
That's a good
On the
shout.
spot. Look at this
That's
guy.
a good
Yeah,
shout.
that's where Tommy
like
Gunn
Is that
shows
Tommy
up.
Gunn? That's Tommy Gunn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Only in America.
Mailman. Mailman.
Fellas, we want to welcome Chris Kristofco, host of the longtime running Title Town Soundoff, the Packers podcast. Chris, congratulations on last night's win.
Wait. That was real?
No, keep going. Just keep going.
I had like 14 beers. I thought I blacked out. No?
Well, no, you did black out, but it also happened.
Well,
No, Chris, we got to be honest with you. At halftime last night, we started looking for hosts of Bears shows to come on. Good thing they all turned us down. So welcome.
thank you so much. Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm glad you had confidence in me all along.
Okay, let's start with some controversy. In the offseason, the Packers offered Bears cornerback Kyle Fuller a $56 million contract that the Bears matched. And go figure, coincidentally, in the first game against the Packers, he lets Allison get behind him for a TD, and then he drops the critical interception that would seal the game.
Beautiful.
Do you have Polaroids of Fuller, or what's going on?
Look, drive the price up on the Bears and still get all the benefit. That's brilliant.
Tell us, there was a lot of excitement on the field last night. What movie do you think best encapsulates the Bears right now?
Okay. I think I got this one. Now, you probably didn't see it, but do you remember the movie Gigli?
No, Chris, that's the point. Nobody saw it.
So think about it. You've got this cast of names, an amazing cast, and still
Right.
they can't get anything done.
Oh.
And not only that, but a terrible opening weekend as well.
Oh, yeah. That's a well done.
You know what?
Not pulling
That's
punches, is
awesome.
he?
That was pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Wow. Okay, let's shift gears here a little bit. So, of course, everyone held their collective breath. No, sorry, that was just the rookie. When Rodgers went down in the first half. Talk to us about his health and his status for next week.
So the Packers are about as forthcoming as a certain evil emperor in New England when it comes to injury information.
Interesting.
We've heard nothing, although Rodgers said at the end of the game, "No, I'm playing." McCarthy walked that back in the day after presser a little bit, saying they have to do evaluation. But from what it sounds like, it may be like an MCL sprain, something that he's going to be able to play through if the team thinks it's worth the risk. And with Minnesota coming into town next week, there aren't many more games worth the risk than that one. I think he's going to play, and I don't think that there's really much concern about lasting damage.
Okay, we were just gobsmacked by that performance last night. I think everybody watching that game was.
Gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Gobsmacked?
Yeah, I got a thesaurus right in front of me. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It means shocked. In other words,
Okay.
delighted in a frightful way.
I thought you were just spitting.
So, give us a rating of that performance in the all-time performances of quarterbacks for what you've seen.
So that game reminds me, and different circumstances, but it reminds me of Brett Favre's game on Monday night against Oakland. If you remember,
Yep.
Yeah.
I do.
if you remember the circumstances, Favre's dad had just passed away, and there was question as to whether or not he was going to play. And he could do no wrong. Every pass was caught. His receiver stepped up and made him look brilliant. And it was just like there was no care in the way. He was just throwing the ball and having fun. And even though there was a weight on his shoulders, it was an incredible game. This was, like I said, different circumstances. Not the same weight on Rodgers' shoulders, but you could see when he came back in, he not only did he have that type of performance, but what's lost in this is the receivers that truly stepped up. Not only it was Geronimo Allison, Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. They all had a great half, and so many of those yards were after the catch. And just dodging defenders. That's as close as I can come. I mean, historically for the Packers, one of the great quarterback performances.
Tell us, a lot of our listeners are fantasy players out there. So why didn't Jimmy Graham dress on Sunday night?
He looked like he blocked really well.
Yeah.
was noticeably absent in the game. Now look, Graham should be like your 7th rounder anyway in fantasy.
Yeah,
so if you reached for him, that's not on us. That's on you. But Jimmy Graham will be a huge part of this offense. What I'd like to see is that what worked in the second half was out of necessity. Is that Rodgers stayed in the pocket. He didn't move around a whole lot because well he couldn't. But they executed the quick passing game which kept Khalil Mack on his heels.
Yeah.
And it was effective. And once if they develop this and use this in their regular non-injured offense, Jimmy Graham's going to be great in the red zone and going to really be able to be effective. I think last night they just took about half the playbook and threw it out while they figured out what they could do with Rodgers.
So on that note, the Packers released Hundley in favor of Kaiser as the backup quarterback. After seeing a bit of Kaiser's work, how often do you pray for Aaron Rodgers' continued health?
They kept 3 quarterbacks this year, so either Aaron Rodgers' health or Tim Boyle's ascension to QB2, because I've been known to overreact and love a backup quarterback more than you should. Kaiser, it's just he's not there.
So off Packers topics right now, looking at the Bills, Browns, Titans, and Saints, who's got the biggest reason to panic at this point in the season?
The Saints. I think the biggest reason to panic is the Saints. You're expected to be a Super Bowl contender, and you come out looking like they did, looking like they hired the Packers defense of old. It's not a good look. Now, look, as a fan of the team that holds the Saints' first-round pick next year, I'm okay with this. I would be concerned.
That's awesome.
Okay, Chris, first Monday after the start of the regular season is obviously Overreaction Monday. So
Absolutely.
What's your biggest overreaction today?
My biggest overreaction is that Joe Flacco is definitely elite.
I love it.
That's a hell of an overreaction.
That's
Love it.
That's number one.
Yeah, just leave it. Yeah.
That's not bad.
You know what? I think that's all the time we have
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you, Chris. Fantastic.
Killed it.
That's how his appearances ended on Blitz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No, great job as always, Chris.
Yeah.
That's Chris Kristofco, host of Title Town Soundoff. You can find Title Town Soundoff anywhere you find podcasts. Give it a listen. It's a tremendous listen. These guys really know their stuff. So, Chris, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Take 2.
Take 1.
Because I thought we just did a take.
We did.
We're on take 3.
Doesn't matter.
That's fine.
All right.
Carry on.
Pick a number.
7.
9.
Rocky 7.
Yes, good. As you know, it's Overreaction Monday.
No.
Yes. So what I want to know is who had the worst sleep on Sunday night? Bears fans, Bills fans, Titans fans, or Steelers fans? Coach,
I've got this.
Coach, you want to jump in?
It's got to be the Bills fans. Just because, is there hope in Buffalo? Like, seriously, like the Steelers have stuff going on. Cleveland, that was just like, okay, we came back, but they were there for turnovers. But at least there's something going on. It's their best record in the first week since 2004 or something like that. There was some weird stat that came up.
It's
Undefeated.
True. It's true. Undefeated.
Yeah, undefeated,
yeah.
right? So at least there's something there. But for the Bills, like, that was just Nathan Peterman. And then, like, wow, like McCoy's not even healthy. I mean, their defense isn't like, the Wade Phillips of past years. I mean, this is what are you looking forward to next week if you're a Bills fan? I'm sorry. I know I love our Bills Mafia guys, and I love that,
Yeah.
but if I'm a Bills fan,
That's
like,
tough.
I'm sharpening up the razor blades right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a rough time.
Yikes.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
you're making it rougher.
You really are.
a little dark. I
No,
I
no,
That
apologize.
was very dark.
But hey, it's Overreaction Monday.
It is. Overreaction.
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 Right?
No, and I'm feeling what Coach is saying here because I don't know if you can take any positive out of that game whatsoever. You got lit up by Joe Flacco, for God's sakes.
Elite.
Elite, yeah.
An
Joe
elite
Flacco.
quarterback.
Yeah, the stats were not good here. 153 total yards on offense. They only got 10 first downs. They turned the ball over.
It was messy.
The quarterbacks were both under 50% completion.
Well, the worst part is,
it was
like,
just awful.
There has to be this glimmer of hope when Allen comes in, where it's like, let's see what the kid
Yeah.
can
Oh,
do.
Yeah. Let's
So,
see some magic.
There was
Just bits of
definitely
it.
this moment for Bills fans where they're like, okay, let's at least see what the kid can do, and
Not there yet.
we saw what the kid can do. We saw
He's
he can sure throw it.
he can throw.
Take 3.
Overreaction Monday.
I love it. Double shot.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
What's the biggest overreaction? Ryan Fitzpatrick for MVP. Fitzpatrick completed 21 for 28 passes, 417 yards, and 4 touchdowns. My man.
Ran one in too.
Yeah.
5 total.
Did you hear he went to Harvard?
I did hear
Many
that.
times.
Really?
I did hear that.
Oh, I just heard that.
I've never.
I just,
yeah.
It just popped up on the screen.
Who
Over-
told you?
Overreaction number 2.
Uh-huh.
Deshaun Watson is terrible. 17 for 34, 176 yards, and 3 sacks. Some turnovers in there.
It was harsh.
But he just looked lost.
Lost. Absolutely
Right?
lost.
Yeah, he was a lost boy in a grocery store.
Number 3, the Saints' defense is hot garbage. Gave up 48 points and 529 yards of offense.
but to the MVP.
Well, of
Well,
course.
there's that.
That's fair.
So-
There's that.
Come on.
Yeah, it's
There's
colored
that.
differently that
Come
way.
on.
Save
That's
it for
fair.
your take.
Okay.
Save it for your
Sorry.
take.
Sorry.
And the Bills will go 0-16.
Wow. Which is the biggest overreaction is the question.
I don't know. Which one do you want to pick?
Okay, well,
Rookie, go.
let's go through these one by one here.
Yep.
So I'll start at the back end.
Please do.
The Bills.
The Bills going 0-16. Okay. Maybe not an overreaction.
Not crazy.
Not crazy.
Moving on.
Let's fast forward a little bit.
What's
All
the
right,
next
all right,
one?
that checks out.
Yeah.
Fitzmagic. Going for MVP, offensive MVP.
How are you going backwards? if
I'm
you
just going
jump to the
He's
first
just
skipping.
going all over the
He
place.
went the
I'm
back
going all
and
over
he's
the place.
looping around.
Saints, hot mess of a garbage defense.
I like hot garbage.
Yeah. Me
do.
too. So does my dog, actually.
I bet.
And what was the other one?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun
Not
Watson.
good.
Okay. It's one of the first two. To me, it's Fitzmagic. That's the biggest overreaction. This guy is never getting any. He's never won MVP. Not even in his softball league when he was 8 years old.
even
He
in
went
his
for 100 dingers in a season.
But even in his interviews, like, hey, I've thrown 6 INTs and I've thrown 6 TDs.
Yeah.
Like the guy knows, and we all
Yeah.
know who
I love
he is.
the story.
Like
His
he's
son
cool.
started him in fantasy football. You know what? I can't stand Fitzpatrick for some reason. I
Really?
think it's because. Did you know he went to Harvard? I think it's
know.
because that's
But
all.
he
you fucking,
doesn't say it though.
No, I just,
but he
I don't know what
doesn't.
it is about
He
him.
doesn't though.
I don't
like
know what it is
He
about
doesn't
him. though.
show up to a media presser wearing his Harvard H
Honestly,
sweater, for God's sake.
I love Fitzpatrick. I'm sorry, I just break it.
I-
I love the guy just because the fact that the guy's like ridiculously smart. Like his, I've seen his stats on his IQ. It's like the guy's a ridiculously smart guy.
Well, he went to Harvard.
Well, yeah, fair enough. That too.
Did you hear
he
that?
did go to Harvard. He did go to Harvard.
But this is a media thing. It's like the guy's got this scraggly beard. He's just trying to be a dude.
It's a beautiful
right?
beard.
And he's the guy. He's like, I called him a poor man's Brett Favre. Right? He slings it, and the odd game it works, and mostly it doesn't for him. Where Favre's it mostly worked, and the odd game it didn't. Right?
Whoa.
Similar IQ between them.
Let's
as
just
well.
pause for a
Yeah,
second.
right.
Brett Favre went to
Brett
Harvard.
Favre
as
went
well.
to Harvard?
Well, it was Mississippi State, Harvard.
Yeah, it
Junior
was,
college.
Junior
Junior
yeah.
college. Yeah, online.
Before there was online.
Tough to get into.
It was mail order.
It was mail order. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So overreaction Monday. The biggest overreaction is that Brett Favre went to Harvard. That's the.
That's it. We're done.
Hey Blitzers, if you love the NFL and you love drinking, you should love the Packers and our podcast. We're the Title Town Sound podcast. We bring you everything Packers from a fan's point of view. And we know one thing that's true. Tom Brady sucks. TitleTownSoundoff.com, on iTunes or anywhere you find podcasts.
Take 4.
Who was the big winner in the NFL this week?
I think this might be a bit offside, not offside, but not in the mainstream. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are the big winner.
Oh, go on.
Wow.
I really do, because they were good last year with Alex Smith, everyone kind of like, why do you get rid of Smith? He's still pretty damn good, and go with this Patrick Mahomes, right?
Guy won 28-6
Right.
against the Cardinals. This just in, Alex Smith is still pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
So why do you get rid of him? I thought it was a huge gamble.
Because you've got
Like,
the kid.
Huge gamble for the Chiefs to get rid of Smith. I really did. It wasn't
for
like he was overpriced or overpaid or anything like that,
Not
right?
at all.
No.
So, and they've got all this talent. They got a good D. They've got the weapons on offense are ridiculous.
They're
for the Chiefs.
ridiculous.
And now you've got this Mahomes kid who honestly was like, I guess, okay, it seemed. That you never really knew. But, I mean, after one game, not a bad showing.
Yep.
What, 4 TDs?
Seeing what they
Upwards
saw
of 300 yards,
Yep.
long bombing it with these super speedy receivers. And, of course, you got Reed calling the plays. It's just like, I think it looks pretty good to be a Chiefs fan right now.
Rook, what do you got?
I'm going to go against my movie pick. And
You going for the Bears?
you know what?
Rocky 2 was the big
Rocky
winner?
2. At the box office, yes, it was. Rocky 2. No, but look, that game was incredible.
What game are you talking about?
You know
The
game I
Jets
was talking
game?
about. Yeah, Jets game. Yeah, it was
It
so
was.
great to watch.
It was.
Um,
Matt Patricia can really coach. There,
yeah.
I said it.
Lesson learned.
I said
Overreaction
it.
Monday.
He should be
loved-
fired.
you
He should
loved
be
it.
fired.
You love saying that.
I do.
Loved it.
I do.
Anyway, that game was incredible. When they were down, yes, actually, I knew Aaron would take us back.
Whoa.
You asked earlier. Yeah, no
Whoa.
biggie. 20 points. Relax, pal.
Okay, but Rodgers
but
can take him
here's-
back, but can the defense hold the Bears? That was the real question.
Apparently they can.
Apparently they can.
Wow.
Coach.
I don't
How
know.
about you? Anyway, how about you take a chill pill over there? But here's the thing. The Bears were fun to watch. Trubisky looked very good.
Yep.
They were exciting. They were good on defense. There was a moment where I think Trevathan went out and this rookie came in.
First play,
Smith,
gets a sack.
Roquan.
Smith.
Yeah, Roquan.
And fucking,
I know.
he looks like Mac.
Yeah,
he comes out of nowhere. I know it was on Kaiser, but still, he kind of turtled. Kaiser looked like he was getting his ass kicked in like gym class or something.
Wow.
But like, man, they were fun to watch, and the Bears haven't been fun to watch since what? Jay Cutler was slinging the ball.
Before Jay Cutler.
Makes them very fun.
1984, I think
No,
it was.
but I mean, like you hate to kind of see these teams like Buffalo right now,
Yep.
Cleveland for the past
100
20
years.
decades.
Yeah.
A while.
You hate to see those really excited fans, those good fan bases go through really brutal periods. And the Bears are exciting. There's a lot to look forward to. I mean, Mac was kind of the cherry on top. Getting him was awesome, but they looked exciting all around. It was fun. It must have been fun it must have been brutally painful, but it was fun that first half.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot to look forward
There
to.
is.
So
There
I
really
think
is.
the Chicago Bears fan base, that's the winner of the weekend.
You know what? I think that's probably a good place for us to leave off this episode on Overreaction Monday.
Love.
Thanks again to Chris Kristofco from Title Town Sound for joining us. Always a pleasure to talk Packers fans. Right, Rookie?
Pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Coach, did you enjoy that?
Guy's a pro.
He
Guys
is a
are
real
pro. Right? I'm not a Packers fan, of course, but guys are pro. Love it.
Goodness.
Duh.
And a voice.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
of a voice on that guy.
Syrupy.
Yeah.
Syrupy.
Syrupy?
Like it's like a spoonful of molasses.
Wow.
He talks slow? No?
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Am I off track here? What happened there?
Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
Rocky 5 was the best
Rocky 5.
Rocky of all of them.
Easily.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That-
that's